Well, look, let's go straight over to my next guest. We need to talk about what looks to be a serious miscarriage of justice. Former Met Police Detective Peter Bleksley, taking a break from his sellout national tour. Welcome, Peter.
Well, if you call just arriving in a hotel in Stockport to perform at the Plaza Theatre tonight a break, yeah, I suppose I'll have to swallow that.
Well, that's poor old you, hey? Then you've got to play to a sellout audience. We got Robbie Williams in the studio today, so I'm sort of starstruck. One superstar, now I've got another one, Peter Bleksley. Listen, Pete, I wanted to get your take on this because I know you'll have something strong to say about it. This is just beggars belief. Guy called Mark Hehir. Sounds to me like a hero. He's a bus driver working for Metroline here in London on the 206 route between Wembley and Maida Vale. In June 2024, a guy gets onto his bus, some little thug, barges past this poor lady, grabs her necklace and then runs off the bus, having stolen it. Poor lady is distraught. This bus driver, Mark, gets off the bus and chases him down and says, give me back that necklace. And he gets the necklace back, and then Mark just went back to the bus and said to the lady, here's your necklace, madam. At that point, this little oik, who obviously fancied himself, had come back to the bus looking for, don't disrespect me and all that. The story is that he sort of squared up to Mark and threw a punch at him. Mark avoided the punch and knocked this little thug out with one blow, just punched him to the ground. Mark has now was fired because of this, because at a tribunal, it was alleged that this little thug who'd stolen a necklace had actually come back to apologise to the woman and shake Mark's hand. They have sided with him and fired a guy who retrieved heroically a necklace that had just been stolen from a woman on his bus. I mean, this is a bit abysmally wrong on so many levels, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few things I'd like to point out here. First and foremost, to any company running a public service vehicle service like buses or coaches, anything like that, please track down Mark Hehir and employ him. The man is a hero as well as a public service vehicle qualified driver. He witnessed this robbery. It's a robbery because force was used to snatch that necklace. So the crime is a robbery. He caught the robber. He retrieved the stolen necklace. The robber then came back towards the bus. Mark, of course, understandably expecting further confrontation, didn't engage in any fight with this man until he threw a punch. And then, as the police ruled, Mark behaved by using necessary and proportionate force in punching the man and then restraining him in the hope that the police would turn up. Mark Hehir did everything brilliantly. In fact, if there's any police services looking for a man who is clearly physically able and able to show restraint, calm, tactical awareness, Mark Hehir needs to be employed by them. He's an absolute hero. There's a second name I want to mention here. Metroline buses. Boycott them. Don't go anywhere near them, because it was their managers that sat on the original tribunal and ruled that Mark was worthy of the sack. What an utter load of nonsense.
It certainly is, Peter. Now, in your long experience as a police officer here in turbulent London, how many times did you come across a set of circumstances where a thief physically stole something from anybody and then, having done so, came back to apologise and shake the hands of the victim? How many times did that happen?
You'd be surprised how many pathetic, weasel little thieves, once caught, would say, I'm really sorry. Too late, pal. The handcuffs are on. Get in the back of the van, mind your head. Yeah. Too late. Too late for your apologies. You should think like that before you go out robbing women of necklaces by snatching them from around their neck. Yeah. You weasel, pious, revolting, disgusting robber. get in a van, you're nicked.
Absolutely. You know, the police said that Mark, you know, you can see this story, that Mark is a hero. What a guy, you know, stopped his bus, chased this guy down, got the lady's necklace back, and that poor lady terribly shook up. The guy comes back, obviously some little toe rag who fancies himself, takes a swing at Mark. Mark knocks him out with one punch. Metroline has accepted this load of old claptrap, that what this guy, the thief, was actually doing was he thought better of it, and he came back to shake Mark's hand and give the necklace back. That's the story they believe. It's unbelievable, literally.
But it tells you so much about what you need to know about modern management in businesses these days, because it was the managers that presided over Mark's future on this tribunal. The managers of the company in the first instance, who ruled that he'd breached so many of their regulations, he had to be sacked. Before Mark got off that bus and went after the robber, he applied the handbrake and he opened the doors so that passengers could get off. Nobody was trapped inside that bus, nobody whatsoever. He heroically, as a public-spirited person, didn't think about his own risk, about potential danger to himself. No, he went after a robber, stopped him, retrieved the stolen property, and acted superbly.
I couldn't agree with you more. Pete, good luck tonight. Thank you so much. That's Peter Bleksley, former Met Police detective.